Next is the model split. So in here, the why the model split is needed. So the what is the what is the trip matrix about this model split which has been obtained for the trip distribution. So that will study in the this model choice. So in this in the model choice or model splits, so that is the third stage of this travel in the modeling in the model split. So the trip matrix or origin or destination matrix, so that is being obtained from a trip distributions. So that has been sliced into where it has been sliced into a number of the matrices which has been represented by the each modes. So that is in either origin or destination. So this is for origin and this is for the destination. So it is being sliced, it is being added into pieces, n number of the pieces. So the very first significance and the factors which affecting the mode choices problems will be there. So in this, the classification mode choices that has been may also be made. There is a two types of the mode of the choices in this models. So one is a binary mode choice, another is a multinomial mode. So these are the two types. So in this model choice, the choice of the transportation is being mode, which is being made on the one of the most important classical mode. So here the classic models in the transportation planning, so that is because of the very that has to play the key role in the played in the public transportation in the policy making. Here the whatever the public transportation mode make use of the road space where there is a more efficient than the private transport. Also they have more social benefit, like if more people began to use the public transport, there will be less congestions on this road. So and accidents also will be become very less. So in order to the for the public in order the to check the public transportation with the low cost traveling and the fuel which is also which is used for the transportation, that should also be very effectively. So the main characteristics of this public transportations, so that they have some particular schedules and as well as the frequencies. Okay, in the peak hours it will be high transportation, in non-peak hours the transportation is very light. So this scheduling and the frequencies has to be maintained. In other words, whatever the private transportation which has been flexible, but this is not in the case of the uh, government organization. So where there is a when a government organization, so where there is a the it is not flexible, it is very rigid. So the frequency and schedule, everything that has to be planned according to government requirements. So here the providing the more comfortable and convenient travel, they test better accessibility. Also the whatever the issues which is been mode issues, whatever the issues it is been made, the choices and the transportation the or which has been convenient, which has been better accessibility, the issues of the mode choice there, the probability of the single most important of the elements in the transportation planning as well as the policy making. So it affects the general efficiency with which we can travel in the urban transportation area. And it is important than to develop the use the model which are very sensitive to those traveling to that of the traveling requirements and influencing the individual choice of the mode also. So here the whatever the private transportations which is been always the issues that is been made by the choice by the individual. So individual have their own choice. So according to their choice, their requirements, the area wise, the probability of the planning of this individually. So it requires more analysis. So this this affects the general efficiencies and travel in the urban areas, and compared to rural areas it is very different. So this sensitiveness for the making this choice, so the for the urban transportations it is always finds very complex. So this plays very the mode of the choice that will plays a very key role, that key role in the public transportation for the policy making. For policy making, simply it is can't be choose like haphazardly. It is made, it has choice has to be made, so based on the whatever requirements, based on this frequencies in the peak hours and non-peak hours and scheduling. So again this public transportation has to go with the very low cost as well as mm, the amount of the frequency, the amount of the public transportation should be provided for the public. So that is also challenging, what numbers, what time, how many numbers has to be provided. So taking the decisions is always a vital. There are the very influencing factors for this choices made. So that is always for the consider for individually the mode of the choice for the his own vehicle. So some of the trip makers should require, one is car availability should also be there for the car owners. So he should also possess the driving license, and household structures like young couples, children's, retired people. So any case of emergency, so all this are the trip makers requirements. And his income. His income is low means the trip number of the trips will be very less. So in case of the trips are high, sorry, number income is high, the trips will be more. So like you can see liable to as many number of the trips which he can he desires. So this decision made elsewhere. For example, there is a need of the use of the car at the work and to take the children to the schools or the colleges. So these are the trips which can be generated in the daily basis. And in the area wise, density. So density also plays a very vital role. So some areas have the very thick populations, some area have the very thick populated. So some areas have very small population is very less. So here the transportation of public providing the public transportation from moving from one zone to another zone. So whether the number of the vehicles should be provided at, it has to be continued. So the trips will be very less here. Okay, but trips is very less here. Trips here it is more. So but it is adjusted zone. So the trips it has to be continued. So what is the number of the vehicles should be provided, all this are very challenging. So there the residential density so plays a very vital role. And the type of the people, what are the requirement, requirement to their choices, mode of operations, mode of the choices. So all these are very crucial for the decision make. And to this present the requirement may be less, so in future the requirement can increase. So by taking consideration of all this, the trip purpose, so journey for any normal or easier for undertaking the any public transportations other than a simple journey, uh, other than like a regular, so adjustment has to run for the longer time. So this is what the mode of the about the mode of the choices. So next we will see the factors which is influencing the choices of the mode.